what do you think? Because you don't really know a lot about this. Why people mad at Kim Kardashian and all of that shit, but there's a lot of backlash over this ad, and it's been for a couple of days now. But yeah, what do you think when you see this?
I think that it's a company trying to I guess trying to buck the system a little bit, trying to push it not as far as they can go, but a little bit outside of the box. I really kind of sort of don't see a problem with it.
Okay.
I just, this is just me, but I automatically think that when people see black, the color black, that they think of fear or evil, or, because that's the first thing I notice here. You got this pretty little white girl, red hair. I'm guessing she's a girl. Red hair. She looks innocent, the pale skin. You know how that is, that, she's an innocent little child. And then you have all these black images around her. And then she's holding a teddy bear, looks like a purse or a book bag of some sort. It looks like some shit that you can get at Hot Topic. Like, straight up. That what she's holding looks like you can get it at Hot Topic. And, some of the parents that I know that are kind of in the, what do you want to call it? Like the emo scene, you know what I mean? They will buy this for their child, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, I can see this maybe more for a 13-year-old, the teddy bear, but as far as the images on the bed, I see nothing out of the ordinary. There's nothing really wrong with this picture besides she's just a pasty white girl and there's all these black evil images around her. Or not images, but just black colors, and the teddy bear is just like, who really gives a shit,
All right, so for anybody that can't really see this and listen to the audio version of this, basically it's a little girl or boy, I don't know what it is, with like little Balenciaga shirt on, little Balenciaga shoes sitting on top of the bed, and they got like some glasses on the bed, and like I think that's a collar, and like some little chain link chains.
Yeah, that's what I think
chain
of it was, like
and stuff
just
like
chains.
that.
I didn't think it was a...
But the issue is that the actual bear that the child is holding is a BDSM bear. That's the problem. Why is a little girl holding a bear that's in fishnets and has basically shit that's in leather, basically things that suggest BDSM?
I'm not seeing that.
Okay, there's another image on that another girl standing on the couch. She got like a lot of glasses in front of her and stuff like that. You can look this stuff up online, guys. Only thing you gotta do is kind of look up controversial Balenciaga ad or Balenciaga BDSM ad is how I found it. The other bear that the other little girl or little child is holding also has on a harness, which is a BDSM harness. It's a part of the people that are into leather.
Okay.
So to know about BDSM stuff, the little bit of knowledge I know, I can look at that and the first thing I thought was, why is the child holding the BDSM toys?
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish.
You can say, like Wayne, you said first thing you see is emo. First thing I see is BDSM. This is not for children. This is above a child's mind.
Okay.
So that's the reason why this is so controversial. That's the reason why Balenciaga took the ad down. And you can see hereby there's some paperwork that came out basically saying that they wanted to mix in like child with like BDSM sexuality to be part of like their ad. That was like the vision of the ad. It's like to be like, controversial and trendy, and like not to make leather be like the thing that's exclusive to like that type of crowd.
Okay.
So with that being said, and Kim Kardashian now getting in trouble for just being associated with Balenciaga, she says that she cannot believe that they did this. She had to have a whole 3-hour conversation with them for the marketing team to explain what the fuck they was thinking. That's where people was coming from and parents are coming from. But Wayne, without us even talking about it, your first impression is like, I don't really see the problem with it. with me explaining the BDSM aspect to you, do you now see how that possibly could be seen as a problem with a parent?
Nope. Because the only reason y'all see BDSM is because y'all freaking freaks. And that's the first thing that y'all see is fucking BDSM. The first thing I saw was a little white girl with red hair. I didn't see nothing BDSM. I saw that she had a Game of Thrones room, some Balenciaga things. I didn't see nothing. And the teddy bear she was holding, nothing popped in my head and said BDSM at all. Like I just did not see BDSM. Regardless of the letter that they wrote, that's fine. But I don't see nothing BDSM. I don't see nothing too wild and crazy. I mean, since y'all say BDSM,
so you would buy
your
son that toy?
No, I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean that I have to see it as BDSM because I will buy it for my son because I don't see it that way. Like, no. Regardless if I will buy, I wouldn't buy it because I think it's a stupid looking toy. He probably wouldn't like it. But now, are the toys for sale, or is that something that they just made for the children to hold?
I think all of this shit is for sale. I mean, they wouldn't do it if it wasn't for sale. I mean, to be quite honest with you, even the kids would be for sale. Me personally, I feel like rich people, like I always say, has a problem with kids.
Okay.
And I don't understand why rich people are obsessed with transforming kids' mind to be more sexual. I do not like this shit. I am not a parent, but I see it too much. The over-sexualization of children is a big problem in our society. And BDSM toys is just not something that you would usually see on like a toy. Like, I don't know why the kid would be holding this toy. It is extremely weird to me. All the rest of the stuff is fine. I guess besides the dog collar or whatever the fuck that is. But, everything else is fine. Jewelry, I guess, or whatever the fuck they trying to symbolize, all the symbolism here that they got and stuff like that. I guess a child would have a little purse and a little bag and stuff. But the doll just kind of confused the fuck out of me. The stuffed animal confused the fuck out of me. So I understand why parents would be upset.
I don't.
BDSM.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
The BDSM stuff, like you said, being like we're freaky. I think that just because you're not into something, if you're not into something or you don't understand something because you've been around it, would make you be oblivious to it, so you wouldn't see it. So that makes sense for you to be like, I don't see that there, but like. You don't see like fishnet and like leather.
So because I'm not around it, does that mean that my answer is like null and void? You know what I mean? Like that's not the first thing I see. And quite honestly, it's not the first thing that anybody sees. The reason that you're looking at this is because somebody made a big deal out of it and said this ad here contains BDSM, and you're looking at it like, oh yeah, I see it that way, just like everybody else. It took one wild, freaky person that does BDSM and be like, hey, look at this BDSM shit right here. Bro, it's nobody's really upset about this. If anything, Balenciaga, if they did this intentionally, then they did it on purpose so they can get more publicity. And now Kim Kardashian is in. How do you know they're not in on it together to try to get more publicity? I'm not saying Balenciaga's like needs more. I mean, I already know they're like $1 billion company, but publicity is publicity. I think I honestly don't see this as an issue. I think just like everything else, people look at something and somebody sees something weird with it and people get up in arms about it and say, as a parent, man, please, parents drop their kids off at their grandma's house to go and drink with their girls and their friends and shit like that. I hate when some shit like this happens and all of a sudden people become a fucking parent. You know good and damn well you didn't care about your kids way before this. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it gully. All right? You didn't. Come on, man. You barely read to your kids at night. Let's keep it real. Now, the only reason you made a big deal out of this is because you wasn't paying attention to your child and you were scrolling social media and you saw what the image was. And now you're wasting more time being fake mad and writing all your tweets and shit like that on Facebook and whatever instead of taking time and spending with your child. I see nothing wrong with this when I first saw it until somebody said BDSM. like I said, the first picture I saw a lot of black images, and that's up against that pale redhead little girl. I can see how that can look like a scary image to certain people, to white people, some white people, But yeah, for my freaky mind, as freaky as I am, doesn't go straight to BDSM. I honestly don't have a problem with it. Bro, it's the shit like this that I hate about social media, man. It's like everybody has a voice when the majority of the people are too fucking stupid to have a voice, And that's what I see when I see some shit like this. Just a bunch of people who just shouldn't have a voice. They should just go to work and sit down and shut up. I don't see the BDSM in it. I don't see the issue in it. And honestly, if there is an issue, like I said, I think they did it on purpose, and they're winning. They did it on purpose. We're talking about it. They're winning, and their sales are still going through the roof. Nobody's going to stop buying Balenciaga. Some shit happened to Forever 21 where they put a kid in a monkey shirt or some shit like that a few years ago. Forever 21 is still doing fine and dandy, bro. Nothing is going to happen to this. It's not going to be an issue. Something else is going to happen tomorrow, and all the people who don't take care of their fucking kids are going to jump on that bandwagon next. This shit is not that big of a deal, man. It's just an image. It's just a picture, and now everybody all up in arms about it. All right. That's what I don't see the BDSM in it until you said BDSM. I'm like, oh, okay. So the freaky freaks out there, yes, these kids are holding your little BDSM animals, all right? And they probably can't afford Balenciaga any fucking way, so what does it matter?
Okay. I understand your point of view. Balenciaga said the first campaign, the gift collection campaign, featuring children with plush toys dressed in what some have labeled BDSM-inspired outfits, are plush bear bags, so that's actually a bag. And the gift collection should have not been featured with children. This was a wrong choice by Balenciaga. Combined with our failure in assessing and validating images, the responsibility for this lies with Balenciaga alone. The second separate campaign from spring 2023, which was meant to replicate a business office environment, including a photo with a page in the background from a Supreme Court ruling, United States versus Williams 2008, which some confirm as illegal and not protected by the freedom of speech to promotion. The what? Included in the hold up. What? It says 2008, which confirms as illegal and not protected by the freedom of speech, the promotion of child pornography. All the items included in this shooting were provided by third parties that confirmed in writing that these props were fake office documents. It turned out to be real papers, most likely coming from the filming of a television drama. The inclusion of these unimproved documents was a result of reckless negligence for which Balenciaga has filed a complaint. We take full accountability for our lack of oversight and control, which is weird that they would have a lack of oversight, but whatever. In the background and could have done something differently. So basically what they're saying is that the bag, all of that stuff was not supposed to be for kids. So, and then the court document thing, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, that was a little confusing.
The court document, that was confusing, but I guess the court document had something to do with the promotion of child pornography. So that case had to do, I guess, with child pornography or something. So it's just weird what they got going on.
Possibly.
But I would say that I can feel where Balenciaga's coming from. For one, it's hard when you anger parents and you get parents in a weird situation. For two, I understand where you're coming from. Outrage porn, people want to be outraged. Which I agree that is a major problem in our world. I would always say that, me personally, I have a problem with rich people and kids. I feel like people have a weird relationship with kids, and I don't understand it. It's some crazy weird shit, and it's always happened, and certainly with fashion houses and shit like that. But this kind of falls on more understanding the background of it. Balenciaga is $1 billion company, right? Mm-hmm. They ain't fucking following every photo shoot, even if it does involve kids. They hire third-party people. They don't have photographers on call, or like they don't hire photographers. They don't. Like they said, like the props and shit like that, I could believe all of that shit happened. I could believe all of this happened and Balenciaga was probably not even around. I really believe that. I believe it could have been 2 or 3 people involved with Balenciaga and this shit could have happened. So you feel like this is outrage porn. I feel personally like this is some creepy fucking shit that rich people do. Rich people don't give a fuck about kids. They weird with kids. A lot of people weird with kids. Rich or not, honestly. But like, richer you are, the weirder you are with fucking kids and adolescents. And I just feel like this just follows that trend. Yeah. I don't
kinda
know why, bro.
Yo, it's kind of like how Drake is
bored or what. Come on, like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Drake Kelly, man, I'm telling you, Drake Kelly, he's one of them rich dudes who messed around with the girl in Stranger Things when she was like 15. But
DMing this girl.
Yeah, but either way, yeah, I do think this is outrage porn. I do think that's what it is, and I think that this is some bullshit. I guess if this is an apology from Balenciaga, it's bullshit. They're just doing it because people found something wrong with something, you know. But yeah, no, look, they're winning. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They made a crazy ass ad. People screenshotted it. You had to go to the website. People screenshotted it, and please get out of here, man. No, they probably had some deals going on too. So the people who went on the site to screenshot it probably went on to see like the last chance deals to see what they could possibly afford, you know. But no, it's
last chance deals.
Yeah, word.
Look,
word, man.
Wayne is right. Balenciaga's shirts, the T-shirt, nigga, like a T-shirt, like a T-shirt that Wayne has on right now that says Balenciaga on it is probably like $450, $600 for a T-shirt. Their sneakers, which are fucking ugly, are like $900.
Horrible.
$1,000.
You know.
So they winning. Thank you again for listening to the YFM podcast. Please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you give us 5 stars, leave a comment, and let us know what you think about the latest episode. Also, you can follow us on Patreon and go ahead and help support the channel, support the podcast by going to patreon.com/YFM podcast. And you can pick up some merch at yfmmerch.com. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And peace. You feel me?